Jeff Hardy's Swanton bomb. There goes Jeff Hardy, flying off a 20-foot ladder like gravity was just a rumor. For most wrestlers, that would be the career moment. For Jeff, it was just another Tuesday. This man didn't climb ladders to win matches. He climbed them to jump through people. Titantrons, scaffolding, production trucks. If it had height, Hardy turned it into a launch pad. He wasn't a wrestler with a wild streak. He was a daredevil with a death wish and a theme song. Remember that Raw in 2008? Climbed the lighting rig just to hurl himself onto Randy Orton like he was auditioning for Jackass. And the best part, he did it without blinking. No hesitation, no second guessing, just airborne madness. Every Swanton bomb wasn't just a move, it was a moment. A live-action, slow-motion gasp from the crowd. You didn't cheer for Jeff Hardy because he might win. You cheered because at some point, he was going to risk everything for the pop. And somehow, he walked away. Limping, sure, but nobody made pain look cooler. Montez Ford, the sky-high frog splash that defies physics.
From the top rope! Huge frog splash!
Montez Ford launches into the air, and for a second, it's like time slows down. His frog splash isn't just high, it's absurd. By the time he comes down, the crowd's already halfway to losing their minds. He doesn't just jump off the top rope, he explodes off it. The hang time feels unreal. It's like you could pause the video and grab a snack before he even lands. And when he lands, it's clean. No flailing, no hesitation, just perfect control every time. There's a reason this move goes viral every few months. Whether you followed wrestling for years or just caught a clip mid-scroll, seeing Ford launch into the sky makes you do a double take. He doesn't fly. He commits aerial theft, stealing the spotlight midair and never giving it back. Rey Mysterio, the human. Rey Mysterio doesn't jump. He launches. Like a human cannonball in neon tights. From the moment he hit the scene, Rey flipped the script. Literally, in an era of giants, he became a one-man highlight reel, using speed, creativity, and just enough disregard for personal safety to leave crowds stunned. Whether it was WCW's Cruiserweight Chaos or WWE's Main Event Spotlight, Rey made every match feel like a stunt show. You've seen it. That sprint to the ropes, the sudden leap, and then boom, he's soaring clean over the top like he's been shot out of a cannon. Opponents barely had time to blink before Rey was in their face, or twisting into a Hurricane Rana off the barricade. He wasn't the biggest guy in the ring, not even close. But when Rey took off, it didn't matter. He turned gravity into a tool and made the air his territory. He didn't just inspire a generation. He launched it. Every modern high flyer owes Rey a thank you, and maybe some frequent flyer miles. And after all these years, Rey still flies better than half the roster. Hold up. If you think these jumps are nuts, wait till the end. There's some absolute madness coming your way. And hey, if there's any wild leaps or crazy stunts you think we missed, throw them in the comments. I'm all ears for the craziest moments out there. All right, back to the action. Strap in. Shane McMahon, coast to coast, and leap of faith.
No! Shane! No! Oh my God! No! For the love of mankind!
There's Fearless, and then there's Shane McMahon. This is the guy who didn't need to wrestle. Billionaire's kid, boardroom access. Probably had stock options before he could drive. And yet, he made a name for himself by jumping off very high things. Shane's legacy isn't about titles. It's about moments, like flying coast to coast across the ring to dropkick a trash can into someone's face, or elbow dropping the Big Show off the Titantron like a man possessed, or, most famously, climbing to the top of Hell in a Cell just to dive off like gravity was optional. Every time you thought, there's no way he's actually going to jump, Shane proved you wrong, and then some. His form? Wild. His landings? Questionable, but his commitment? Hall of Fame worthy. Watching Shane wrestle felt like watching someone dare themselves in real time. He wasn't a high flyer by design, he was one by pure chaos. And somehow, the chaos worked. He didn't have to put his body on the line, but thank God he did. Because nobody else made falling 20 feet feel like a business decision. Darby Allin, the coffin drop.
Darby Allin! The coffin! Son of heaven! The coffin!
Here he is, perched somewhere way too high. It's usually the top of a cage or some other terrifying spot. And then, without a second thought, he just lets go. The coffin drop isn't just a jump. It's a full-on hold my beer moment. This guy treats gravity like a suggestion. One of his wildest? The cage match against Cody Rhodes at AEW's Revolution 2020, where Darby launched himself off the top and basically rewrote the laws of physics, and possibly sanity. Most wrestlers play it safe. Darby? He treats falling from insane heights like it's a casual stroll, landing with a mix of guts, grace, and a little bit of, did he really just do that? It's brutal, it's beautiful, and it's exactly the kind of chaos that keeps AEW fans glued to their screens. Every time Darby jumps, you're thinking, okay, this one's gotta break him. But nope, he just pops back up, ready to do it all again. Darby Allin doesn't just risk it all. He laughs in the face of danger and throws himself off buildings just for fun. Logan Paul, the frog splash through the table.
Saudi, this is what you wanted. You're going viral, Roman.
Logan Paul launching off the top rope with a phone still in his hand, capturing the entire insane moment live. Not many wrestlers pull off a move and a selfie-worthy stunt simultaneously, but Logan made it look effortless. At the WWE Crown Jewel 2022, this leap wasn't just about landing a move, it was a viral spectacle. The phone stays glued to his grip as he flies through the air, shattering the table below and delivering a moment nobody could look away from. Sure, some called it reckless, others called it genius, but one thing's for sure, the internet loved it. This isn't just wrestling anymore. It's performance art with a side of social media madness. Logan Paul's frog splash wasn't just a jump, it was a statement. If you're going to risk it all, might as well get the perfect angle for your followers. RVD, the Van Terminator and whole effin' show.
That would be coast to coast.
Get ready to witness the original Daredevil who made high risk look like an art form. Rob Van Dam, aka RVD. This guy didn't just push the limits, he smashed right through them. Tables were his personal punching bags, chairs didn't stand a chance, and the ring? Let's just say it got a serious workout every time he stepped in. His Van Terminator move, pure chaos wrapped in style. One corner of the ring to the other. Steel chair in hand, full speed flying kick, like someone hit fast forward on a demolition reel. And then there's the whole effing show. Not just a nickname, but a warning. Every RVD match was part wrestling, part stunt show, and part magic trick. He made the impossible look routine. Even years later, he's still the gold standard for fearless aerial offense. No safety net, no second guessing, just split-second decisions, jaw-dropping impact, and that trademark laid-back confidence. RVD didn't just take risks, he turned them into art. The Red Arrow.
Going to the top rope, launches in the drop zone. Whoa! Red Arrow! Red Arrow, baby! And that.
You want precision, you want pure aerial beauty? Enter Pac, formerly known in WWE as Neville, the man behind one of the most jaw-dropping moves in wrestling history, the Red Arrow. This isn't just a flip, it's a mid-air spiral of mathematical perfection. 4 rotations, perfectly timed, perfectly landed, like he's been practicing on a physics simulator. Crowds didn't just cheer, they gasped, because every time he hit that move, it looked like something your body shouldn't be able to do without a crash mat and a team of stunt coordinators. Whether it was on NXT takeover stages or shocking AEW audiences, Pac's Red Arrow wasn't just about impact, it was about control. Start to finish, it's one of those rare moves that makes both fans and fellow wrestlers stop and stare. And the best part? He lands it like it's no big deal. Just another night at the office, where the office is 15 feet above the mat and spinning like a tornado. Still with us? Good, because the next few jumps are even crazier. And hey, if you're enjoying this madness, hit that like button and subscribe. We're dropping wild wrestling breakdowns just like this multiple times a week. Sabu, the human crash test dummy.
The Sandman and Sabu are going to destroy one another. Oh my God!
There's Reckless, and then there's Sabu. This guy didn't jump onto tables, he dived through them. Sometimes with an opponent on the other side, sometimes with nothing but poor judgment and plywood in his way. He never quite knew what Sabu was going to do next, and neither did he. That's what made it must-see. In ECW, he was the guy who'd sprint across a chair, bounce off the ropes, and launch himself face first into the crowd, or the floor, or the fourth row, didn't matter. One of his wildest? That time he hit a diving leg drop from the ring through a table onto a guy who was already half conscious. Sabu called that Tuesday. He wasn't polished, he wasn't safe, But when it came to sheer unpredictability and jaw-dropping carnage, Sabu was the moment. Broken furniture, busted ribs, and duct tape holding it all together. He turned chaos into performance art. And somehow, he kept coming back for more. Jimmy Snuka, the Superfly splash off the cage.
Superfly perched 15 feet high. Oh my God.
Here it is, Jimmy Superfly Snuka's legendary leap off the top of the steel cage at Madison Square Garden in 1983. Picture this. The crowd buzzing with anticipation, the tension thick enough to cut with a knife, then, out of nowhere, Snuka climbs up, higher than anyone dared before, and launches himself into the air like he's got wings. Or maybe just forgot he was 15 feet up. This wasn't just a jump. It was a breathtaking, heart-stopping flight from the top of a 15-foot cage down onto his opponent sprawled below. The roar from the crowd echoed for minutes, as if the entire arena was collectively holding its breath and then exhaling all at once. At that moment, Snuka didn't just raise the stakes, he rewrote the book on what high-flying wrestling moves could be. This was the birth of the aerial daredevil era, inspiring generations of wrestlers who followed. And here's the kicker. Decades later, the Superfly splash off the cage still gets fans out of their seats. It's not just a jump. It's a piece of wrestling history that defines risk, courage, and showmanship all in one incredible moment. Ricochet, the 630 Senton.
Uncorking the right hand. Oh, don't blink.
Get ready for Ricochet's 630 Senton, a move so wild it looks like he's spinning through a whole other dimension. Launching off the top rope, he completes nearly 2 full rotations before crashing down back first on his opponent with pinpoint accuracy. What's amazing isn't just the spin, but how calm and controlled he looks the whole time, like he's rehearsed it 1,000 times, because he probably has. It's like watching a dancer pull off a perfect pirouette, only this one ends with someone getting flattened. This move is a fan favorite because it combines jaw-dropping agility with style and just the right touch of did he really just do that? Every time Ricochet nails it, the crowd can't help but lose it. Simply put, Ricochet doesn't just jump. He spins, dazzles, and lands like a pro who's part acrobat, part magician. The Shooting Star Press.
Top rope. Got him. Shooting. Oh my God. Shooting.
Let's talk about the Shooting Star Press. Wrestling's high-risk, high-reward move that looks like a rocket launch with a splash landing. First up, Billy Kidman. The guy made this move look so smooth, you'd think he was born with a built-in parachute. Kidman's version is like ballet in midair, if ballet involved flipping backward off the top rope and hoping to stick the landing. Then there's Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania 35. When Brock tried the Shooting Star Press, let's just say it didn't go as planned. Instead of a graceful flight, it looked more like a please don't break anything belly flop. Fans were equal parts shocked and entertained, and Brock was probably wishing for a fast-forward button to get out of that moment. But hey, that's wrestling for you. Sometimes you soar like Kidman, and sometimes you eat the landing like Brock. Either way, it's the kind of risk that keeps us all watching.